We're in a new location. We're in my office, which is typically a real estate office, but it is also gonna double as a makeup studio. I used the holy grail of eyeshadow palettes to create this look. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. If you guys have not swatched this, if you haven't gone and played with it or attempted to steal it, do it. No, I'm kidding, don't steal it. This is incredible. I definitely suggest you guys go pick this up. I loved doing this look. I really hope you guys will like it too, because it's just so versatile. The palette is amazing. So if you want to know what colors I chose and how I created this look, then definitely stay tuned. I am so excited to finally get to play with this. Yeah, really, really excited. I have been looking at these and staring at them for, oh God, I don't know how long. So I have a pretty good idea of the ones that I want to use from it, but I'm definitely going to go through and swatch some on my wrist with you so that you guys can see what I'm working with and what I'm hoping to achieve through it, because it's just so gorgeous. Oh my God, I was like so excited when this finally came in. Let's get primed up on our face and our eyes. I'm definitely gonna be doing my eyes first, but I wanna get my primer on my face as well, the oils and all that stuff, so that they have plenty of time to sink in. Okay, so that is on. I'm gonna have just the oil sink in enough before I finish the rest of it. I did, by the way, find my Hangover Primer sample that I was talking about in my last video. I did find it. It didn't take me as long as it usually does to find things that I lose, so that's good. Let's start playing with this freaking awesome palette. I am going to use my vintage selection this time. Okay, so this is, like I said, this is a paint pot that I got from MAC not too long ago. It's just like my Painterly, this one, but it's got a like a satin metallic-y finish. See that? It is really, really gorgeous. It's called Vintage Selection. So you guys, I don't know if you've been able to watch yet the video that I did for the Dermalogica event. It was such a great event. I hope you guys get the opportunity to watch the video. It was just a short one. It's definitely under 10 minutes. Jessica, the makeup artist from Lottie Da Beauty that did the makeup for the models there, was incredible, and I have so many things that I learned and realized, well, I'm not doing that right, but really, really great. One thing she said that I was like, oh, I gotta implement that because I'm obviously not doing it right. I guess she said you really should do your best on your lids to have your primer going in all one direction, because it's really teaching, I guess, the shadow that goes on top of it how it wants it to lay as well. If you just go back and forth, like I totally used to be like, it's not really going to be the best outcome for what your shadow will lay on top of. So she said try and go in one direction. I'm also getting some primer under my eyes because I'm definitely going to be putting some color there. So I really think I want to play with some golds or some colors that go with gold right now. The other day I was wanting so badly to find a good like dark red color. Now I'm not going to put on the dark red today, but I just want to swatch this red ochre. Oh my God, it's so creamy and velvety. Oh my gosh, you guys. I am dying for this right now. How about Antique Bronze is another pretty one. Kind of a reddish brown. Check that out. Gorgeous. I freaking love it. I can't wait any longer. So I think I'm going to set my primer with this lightest color that they've got here. It's Tempera. This one right here. This is what I'm going to do all over my lids as well as up to my brow bone. It looks like a matte color. It really does. But there's really some good shine that is happening because of that Vintage Selection primer. Super pigmented, blends like a mother. Thinking Cypress Umber is a good one, or Love Letter is a really pretty pink. So there's Love Letter. It's kind of a pink, like magenta. There it is on my finger, you can see. It's really gorgeous. Damn, I can't choose. Let's see, I am going to dive in here and I am going to get, let's see, my transition shade in this Raw Sienna, which is right on top of Tempera. So this, I'm really just gonna put all over the lids and then up to, and just kind of going over my crease. I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit better because I feel like the blending power and capability of this is like, it's untouchable. You can't beat an Anastasia shadow. How did I live before this palette? I have a feeling everybody that's tried it has wondered that. Okay. I think I am pretty happy with how that looks. What am I talking about? I'm ecstatic with how that looks. It's an Anastasia palette. I'm gonna do Real Gar, okay? I'm going to do Real Gar, which is actually this red here at the bottom. I'm gonna do this all over my lid. I'm going to pack it on top of the lid using this son bitch right here. Just take a little bit there at the tip and I'm just gonna pack it all over the lid. I'm gonna start sleeping with this palette. Now I wanna go in with that first brush, that tapered blending one, and without, well, yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit, just seriously dabbing the very top of it again with that raw sienna. I'm going to blend out that Real Gar, going right into where kind of I ended it and really blend that up, just so that it's well blended. I'm gonna put that Real Gar just a little bit darker right at the base of like the lash line. Let me see if I can lift up this mirror a little bit. Will that stay? Oh, hell yes. Okay, so now that I've got those two colors blended pretty well, gotta think about what I want to do as like my definer or crease and outer corner dark color. I think what I'm really loving and I'm gonna use on it is this Cypress Umber, which is just right on top of Real Gar. So this is what we just used on the lid. I'm gonna use this in the crease. Picking up a good crease brush. This one is my Glamour Dolls 10. It's still like the best one I have. Well, I lied. Maybe I'm gonna use something a little smaller. Yeah, I'm actually going to use, because this one's a little bit bigger, and I do like it, but I really want something that's gonna go right into that crease, and then I can smoke it out just a bit. So I'm gonna use my e.l.f. crease brush, because it's smaller, and I'm just gonna go right into the crease like that. All right, give up on that brush. Alright, I gotta put this closer. Yeah, it doesn't blend nothing with this brush. Oh well. I like what that's doing. When I get it right in the crease, I'm really just kind of concentrating on mostly this windshield wiper motion and then blending a little in the corner. And then I take another blending brush. This has no product on it, and I'm just using this to sort of smoke up and down into the outer corner. So let's do a lighter color on top of the lid to really make it pop. And with, okay, what I'm gonna do for that is instead of going over with like more primer so that it'll stick again, I'm actually gonna use this Sephora Brow Enhancer pencil, and I'm just going to do this. I'm just gonna take it right on top of the lid in the middle where I really want to add some lighter color. And the reason I'm doing that is because this is the right consistency to get it to stick. And then with another tiny little packing brush, I'm gonna go in with Primavera, which is this color right here. And just really sort of get it all over that spot I did, and then I'll blend it better. This just had the raw sienna on it, so it should do good to blend that on top of it. Okay, so all I did is I took actually the same small shader I was using that Real Gar on, and I just did a little bit of Real Gar sort of around where we would just put that Primavera so that we didn't totally lose that red color. It just actually blended really well with where we put Primavera. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing then to this eye. Okay, so I really am loving how that turned out. I'm gonna zoom you in so you guys can get a better view. I really love it. It might be kind of crazy with how bright the lights are, but it's got this, it's just created this really, really metallic-y, kind of like a golden at the bottom, and then it goes up to be a little darker like that red. Oh, I love it, you guys. It's just, this palette is fantastic. The other thing I'm gonna do before I kind of like cut my brows is I'm gonna do the bottom of my lids, or smoke out the under part of my lashes here. And what do I want to use with that? I am going to actually use this small crease brush again because it's pretty good as far as doing small places. I'm gonna go in first with this Real Gar, which was that lid color we did. I'm really wanting to like this brush. Remind me never to use this brush again, okay? Because it's not happening. All right, so I'm just gonna go back to using my Glamour Dolls 10. This is still just like the best crease brush I've used. Not done with Real Gar yet, still doing that. Oh, I just love it. I love this. Okay. Gonna take a smaller, more defined brush, kind of better for packing in that color under my lids. This is perfect. It's like the best little flat brush. It's the Flat Definer by Lamora. Sorry, that would have helped. And I'm going to take that Cypress Umber, which was the color we used in the crease, and I'm just going to really pat that just along the lash line. Okay. I'm taking that Glamour Dolls brush again and just a little bit blending that line we just created with the Cypress Umber. Okay, and the last thing that we'll do before we move on to kind of the rest of everything is I'm going to take that Primavera, that gold color we put right in the middle of our lid, put it back on that same shader, and then just use it right at the inner corner, pretty much just on the bottom though, and just sort of softly blend that. Now let's cut our brows. All right, and I'm going to take off because I've got some kind of red shadow left over on this, but I'm just going to take this right under the brow. Okay, so I went pretty light with going over my brows. I really took that that enhancer crayon and like went right into my brows. So that's why it looks like I have white eyebrows right now. So we will fix it. I'm just going to do my face makeup first. So let's put on our primer, and again I'm going to use the Too Faced primer that I got a sample of. Alright, and I'm just going to scoop out some on the top of my nail. When you have long nails, you scoop in this direction. Okay, so it looks like I have probably at least a few uses, or at least a couple uses I'd say, in that sample they gave me. I really probably used too much, but when you have skin like mine that is so dry, too much is not a thing when it comes to primer. It smells good. So I think since this is super liquidy and I love it, I don't know if I trust that it's going to really cover and like smooth out my pores. So for the rest of this is fine, but I think for my nose and maybe like in this area where my pores are like crater sized, I'm going to still use my step 1. Okay, that's it. I feel like that is probably the best combination for those two products. Okay, I'm going to then all over my face use my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. Where is my foundation brush? Okay. All right, now I'm gonna do two droppers of my argan oil. All right, I lied, I did 3. A pump of my Born This Way. I'm gonna mix it with the foundation brush and pat it where I want. But I think the best application that I get with it is by using a beauty blender. So I'm looking at how this foundation is laying on my nose since trying those two together, and it's a lot better. Now let's set it. Yeah, I'm gonna set the whole face, but to do that I'm gonna use Fair Honey, which is this Tarte well, it's the Tarte Amazonian Clay Powder to set the face for the most part. I'm not going to use a lot. It's certainly not like going to add any color. I'm still going to be super white. Now, let's start concealing with Shape Tape. And then I've got this Lock-It concealer from Kat Von D, which is an L1 neutral, which just really brightens up right under my eyes a little more than the Shape Tape does, but it's still great. All right, now let's set that using my Lock-It concealer, or excuse me, my Lock-It powder. I just get a bunch of powder right there and I dab it. This is the only place I really want it to like bake. Let's get some bronzer on this face so I'm not so stark white. My Milk Chocolate Soleil, using my you know what, I'm just gonna call it my powder brush because I never freaking remember what this thing is called, but it's my big powder brush from Sephora. I think it's number 59. I did learn some interesting new ways of highlighting and contouring, or I guess some helpful tips from Jessica with Lottie Da Beauty that was at the event. They're also at Dermalogica. She was talking about how Scott Barnes, who I guess is like the master of highlighting and contouring, he does like J-Lo and, you know, all of those people, those hideously, disgustingly gorgeous people. Some interesting ways, and he thinks the right application for doing highlighting and contouring. So I'm going to share what she told me with you. It actually pertains mostly to highlight or contouring your nose, which a lot of people, some people don't even do at all, but it's supposed to be really the right way if you want to do it. And so yeah, that's what they say. So let's go ahead and get into it with the Tarteist Pro Glow palette. Okay, so here is what Scott Barnes says about doing a nose contour. You want to get just a little bit of the color powder that you want to use. So I grabbed Sculpt, and you're going to start in the middle of the nose. You don't want to start at the bottom, don't want to start at the top. You're really going to start right in the middle and just brush directly up, okay? You're not going to necessarily go right along the sides of your nose. You're just going to go up, and then wherever the powder decides to lay is where it's supposed to contour, which I'll be honest is certainly not how I was doing it, but I do think that actually creates a nice shape. You may have something there. Time to highlight. Now, let's get some eyebrows. Okay, so once I finished my brows, I just went ahead and did my lashes. I'll zoom you in so you can see them because they are a new set. I got Ardell's. These are, I think, 113. I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure they're Ardell's 113. Now, let's just finish this off with some lips. This is my Lolita, my Kat Von D Lolita. It's one of my favorite colors. I want to pair it with a cream stain color. One of these Sephora cream stains, and I think I'm going to use this one, which is, it says it's number 33, which I'm pretty sure is Pink Tea. So I'm just going to line my lips, and then I'm going to sort of smudge in and create like an ombre look with this cream stain. This is like one of the best liners, you guys. I love the Everlasting liners that Kat Von D did. So I've only partially lined the top because I like to smudge in the liner the rest of the way. Let me grab a lip brush. So now I've got them lined and sort of smudged as much as I want. Now I'm going to do the cream stain on the bulk of the lips. I don't know if you guys have picked up on this yet, but I love a nude lip. Guys, that is it. I have finished the look. This is what we came up with. I want to actually zoom you back in again so you can see the eye one more time. This palette is my everything right now, okay? So thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Again, you still have time to enter for the giveaway. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to email or comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And stay tuned for pictures. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great night. Bye.